So a 19 years old Felix AGU battling it out on the pitch against Chelsea's Marco Kurela. That was back in 2019 when I think this was in a World Cup series of the under 21 category. But fast forward to today, Felix AGU is representing Nigeria boldly and is very, very proud to represent the Super Eagles. And he recently came out to, talk about his journey so far and the decision of playing for the Germany national team back in 2019 instead of accepting or at least giving a chance to the Super Eagles of Nigeria, because back then the head coach of the Super Eagles, Coach Rohr, actually reached out to Felix AGU when he was coming into the spotlight. He was young, 19, vibrant, and it looked like he had a lot of energy and passion to take over the world. Not that he looks like he actually had it, and he still has it. So Coach Rohr actually reached out to him, trying to get him included in the squad, which was at that period undergoing some sort of reformation, because of the Nations Cup that was coming up. Rohr really wanted him to be among the squad to go for that competition, but he turned us down. And fast forward to today, a journalist by the person of Ayodele Olu Ibidapo has now made him talk about his past and the decision that he made back in 2019. For Felix AGU, he says that comfort was the big subject why he decided to represent the German national team, because obviously he grew up in Germany, spent majority of his life in Germany, made a lot of friends, played through the age grades, and so with all of these things, it was really hard for him to make that decision to travel to Nigeria, where he doesn't really know a lot of people, to play football. So he said that was basically why he turned it down, because of comfort. But now that he has made that decision and obviously made his first appearance for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, which came just a few weeks ago against Jamaica back in England, in the Unity Cup competition. That was actually the final, where we played 2-2 against Jamaica. Felix AGU missed the first match against Ghana, but made that second game, played for 83 minutes, had some fantastic input in the match, and then received some really good positive words from Coach Eric Shell during the post-match conference. But for Felix AGU, he said that he has not regretted the fact that he decided to come play for Nigeria, even though it has taken him 6 years later to realize that this is truly where he's destined to play, when it comes to the national team level. And he has said a lot of things which I'm going to read out to you, about his plans for the future with the Super Eagles. He obviously plans to stay with the team for a long time. He has plans of winning titles with the team. He feels that winning titles with the Super Eagles is obviously bigger than winning titles with his club, whether it be Werder Bremen or any other club he goes to in the future. He feels that national team's title is more important, and that's exactly what he wants to do. He's focused on helping the Super Eagles, in the forthcoming Nations Cup, which obviously will start December of this year. And then also he hopes to help the team to qualify for the FIFA World Cup competition coming up next year. And he believes the team has a really big squad, a lot of quality. In fact, he feels that in Africa as a whole, Nigeria is one of the, if not the country that has the most quality in the team, especially when it comes to the attacking areas. So in his words, when he was speaking to journalists at Adele, he said, a few years ago when I went to play for the Germany under 21s, it was more of a decision of comfort, because I knew some players there. I was still very young, so it would have been a big step for me to come here as a player who has never, at that time, switched clubs. So it was more of a decision of comfort. Now I feel ready, and to play for the national team is the biggest honor you can have, and I'm very happy to be called up and be welcomed by the team. And then he goes forward to talk about his dreams with the national team, where he said on a personal level, achieving something with the national team is even bigger than on the club level. The goal is to win the African Cup of Nations again, not just make the final, but win it. Of course, everyone wants to see Nigeria on the biggest stages to qualify for the World Cup, and it's next year, so we'll try our best to make it. And then the man is really filled with a lot of praise, and it feels really humble to have been welcomed in the manner that he was welcomed, in Nigeria by the fans, also his teammates and everyone. And then he says, everyone welcomed me with open arms, but I know some players from Germany like Nathan Teller, who I've played against, Frank Onyeka, Boniface, and also Maduka Okoye. All the players welcome me very well, so it's a very good feeling to be here. So Felix AGU went on to talk about the quality of the team, and also how they can combine together to get the tasks done, which obviously includes qualifying for the World Cup 2026, and then also making sure that they win the AFCON coming up later this year. And in that, he said, I feel the quality in the team. The players have a lot of potential. It's just about getting the right mindset on the pitch to really know what it's all about, because there is no room for errors anymore. We have to win, or we don't make it. We need to have this in mind and take on every game like this. Also in the African Cup of Nations, it's the same thing. We have to do the same like the last time. We just finished the deal. But just finish the deal rather. I don't think there is any other nation, not just in Africa, and that has the quality we have up front. It's just about the mindset on the pitch. So these are what this man has said, and of course, personally, I'm really happy that we have someone like Felix AGU, obviously, to come in as a really good quality backup to the wing players that we have, to the wing backs that we have. Especially given Ola Aino, and then sometimes we see a little bit of inconsistency from his side. I can't forget back in the last Nations Cup, Ola Aino actually needed some rest. If we were to be honest with ourselves, he needed some rest. He had played all of the games, and then leading up into the final, he was beginning to slip up. Later on, after the competition, he came out to say that he was playing through the finals with injury, and that explained a lot, because he was very, very porous in the final, and that led to us losing that final. So it's good to see someone coming in to obviously bring more bodies and more qualities to that wing.